Take your shallots, and I like to just nip off the ends, and then once you've chopped off the ends of your shallots, just chop them in half and spend a minute to remove the skins. You can just chuck them in whole, but I like to chop them in half just so that we get a little bit more caramelization before they go into the oven. So once we've skinned and halved our shallots, I usually just stick them on a plate or in a bowl, and now we need to move over to the hob. So take a good heavy bottomed frying pan, pop your frying pan onto a high heat, chuck in a nice splash of olive oil, and then gently lay in your shallots. We want them to be sizzling as soon as they hit the oil, so if they're not, take them out, give it another minute until the oil is hot, and then chuck them in. Once your shallots are in the pan, give them a really good season, and they're going to take about a minute or two on each side. So give them a couple of minutes, and once you start getting a nice bit of caramelization and colour, just turn them over, give them another season on the other side, and we just want to give them another couple of minutes. We only want them in the frying pan for about 4 or 5 minutes or so, just so that we get a bit of colour on there. You can just chuck them straight in the oven to roast, but I personally prefer them to do them this way just for a little bit more flavour. Also, a little trick is to use an oven-proof frying pan. That way you can just chuck them straight in. And now you've got some colour on both sides of your shallots. Pop them into a preheated oven. We want the oven at about 180 degrees. They're going to take anywhere between 25 and 35 minutes depending on how big they are, but you can keep checking them, and we just want them to be lovely and soft all the way through. So check them every now and again, and when your shallots are nice and soft, they are ready to go. So take your shallots out of the oven, and there you have a great accompaniment to a beautiful roast dinner or a steak. You can even dice them up and get them almost like a puree and chuck them into a steak sandwich. Really versatile, really simple, and unbelievably delicious, guys.